Hi, I'm theciaellis, and welcome to This Grandma's Life. All right, this week I've gone back up to the way corner of northeastern Oklahoma, and I'm at Bernice State Park, which I think is interesting because it's Bernice, and my middle name is with a Vernice. I just drove through parts of it. I don't know if my camera, I've got a dash cam. I told you a few weeks ago I was going to buy one. But I've never done anything with it. But it was plugged in. Maybe I'll have footage of me driving through the park. It's a pretty park. Because it's winter, there's not much going on here. So I don't know if there's going to be too much for me to show you today. But I have pulled up here to where there's a nature trail. And so we're going to go on a walk and check it out and see how that goes. I don't know, and I saw a building behind me. We may check that out on the way out. We're just going to explore today, see what's happening. All right, let's get going. Okay, so it says that the paved walking trail is about half a mile, but then I don't know what it says, a quarter mile to the observation towers. I don't know where those are, but we'll see if we can find them. That'd be cool. But as you can tell, it's definitely winter. I mean, it's in the upper 40s, so it's not too bad. I wore some layers, and it's just a slight breeze right now, so it's not too chilly. It's not too bad. You can tell this used to be a creek, or it is when it rains. But yeah, it's definitely winter time here. But hey, you can't beat the temperatures even in winter. The trail kind of makes a loop and goes back around here and I'll take it. I was trying to see. This looks like that could be some sort of place for a nest, huh? I don't know. But look how close we are to Grand Lake. I think this is like the way northern end of Grand Lake. I saw where there was, it said there's a creek that was coming into a lake. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up and I'll put it in there for you. But it was a wide creek. It was a wide river even. But hey, I didn't name it. This is pretty, isn't it? I love lakes. Love the water. Isn't this beautiful? Just beautiful. In the distance that's the bridge that I had come across. I said that was a creek up there. I just came up upon this. It's a dead beaver. Wow. It's just now starting to smell, so I get the feeling it hasn't been dead for very long. Goodness. Look, I wonder if this is one of the watchtowers. Or is it the watchtower? Let's go check it out. Cool. Isn't this neat? I mean, it's not that high, but wow. This is so cool that you can look around here. Now at the bottom of the stairs, I was showing you the different birds that are in the area. And of course, some of them, they go south for the winter and stuff. But I don't know, cardinals and everything. Somebody's made something with rocks right down there. Oh, but the wind is worse up here. Sorry, guys. But this is neat. The stairs were nice and solid anyway. I'm always grateful for that. Here's another watchtower up here. Let's go check this one out. This one has a nice bench underneath it too, and a bench on top. These are really done cool. Oh, that's not just a bench, regular bench. It faces both sides. Oh, I'm so sorry about the wind. But it makes sense because at the bottom of this one, I wondered because it's really, what are you looking at here? Well, it's telling you that you might see a bobcat or a deer or a ground squirrel or I can't remember what else it said, the beaver. So if you would just sit up here and was real quiet and still, not like what I'm doing, and there's a beautiful lake in the distance there, you might have some sort of animal just kind of wander through. That would be neat. Not necessarily bobcat. I'm not into the bobcat thing. Well, as long as it didn't get me, I guess I wouldn't mind. 2 or 3 of the other boxes, but this one has just a little hole in it. And a beautiful bridge that we're about to go across. Let's go check this one out too. We did have some rain the other day, but I guess, and it was a pretty good thunderstorm, but thunderstorms have a tendency to be short and dump a pretty good amount of rain, but not a lot. And I get the feeling none of it got through here. At least not enough to make the creek here flow. I don't know. I have run into a couple of people here today, so it's not been completely deserted. I'm now over here at the nature center. The bathrooms are definitely closed. I can't tell if the place itself is open. I'll find out. Nope, they're closed. And that's kind of a bummer because I had my passport. I was wanting to get it stamped. Sorry, I was looking. There's an owl in there, but I think it's a stuffed owl. I was waiting for it to move. Oh well, this is what happens when you come in the winter. Okay, so they're closed on the weekends, November through February, but they're open during the weekdays. And I tell you this, so that if you decide to come out here, regardless of what the weather is at a time of year, you can come. It's still pretty here, that's for sure. And I saw a thing where you can get a sticker to put into your passport, but it was almost empty and I couldn't get my hand all the way down in there, particularly when I had on some layers. But I don't know. Maybe I can get it another time. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, as I was exiting the park, I see that there is a dump station here. And I at this time, I do not need dump stations. But those of you who might be watching this video and want to visit here in the future, you know that they got a dump station. And it looks like a lot of, I believe, a lot of these camp spaces, if I'm interpreting it correctly, these white things are electricity hookups, but I'm not sure. But it looks like here in the park, you've got electricity, you've got a grill, you've got a picnic table, oh, and water, and a place to hang lamps or whatever. So this actually is pretty nice, and obviously look at that view. Ooh, goodness. So these that are up closer to the lake shore, those do have electricity. And over here off to this other side closer to the road, they're called unimproved, and they don't have those white things. So I'm pretty sure, I'm not seeing, all I'm seeing is picnic table and a grill, but no electricity and no water there. All right, I decided to take the quick drive over to Grove, which is also part of Grand Lake, and went over the bridge, and there's these 2 big old boats here, and I was trying to look them up to tell you what they were. One of them says CQ, and if you Google it, it says something about boat repair. I don't think this is a boat repair place. And then the other one, I can't quite read it, so maybe when we'll get a little bit closer, is some sort of queen. So let's go check these boats out, and hopefully I can find out something about them. Definitely more windy here, but see, that's not a boat repair place as far as I can tell. And I still can't read that one. It's some sort of queen. There's a boat dock up here, which is interesting, and it is completely where you can't get there. They got vehicles here. It's interesting. And then just right across the street from where I was parked, I'm out here at Royal Bay. It says a barn grill. Ain't nobody here. But then there's a regatta, and I don't know if you can see that too. There's a nice like rock thing right in front. It's pretty. All right, now I am here in Afton, Oklahoma, and I was about to go on the highway to go home. And I stopped at this place called Buffalo Ranch, and it's even got a Buffalo Ranch place where you can get fuel and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of interesting. It just says Buffalo Ranch, but like not really any place you can go inside. And here's a buffalo here. I don't know what they're doing here. Oh, look. Oh. There's some real buffalo over here, guys. This is cool. Isn't that neat? There's one of them's looking at me like, look, woman. That's cool. And even over here, they got a place where they can and stuff if they want to. That's neat. There's one more thing I want to show you before I hit the road. I don't know if that's showing. I was trying to get closer where I could show you better, but there's a whole mess of solar panels back there too. That's all interesting. I bought a sandwich while I was inside. And look where I found a place to park. I can actually watch the buffalo sleeping, I guess. It's still cool. I'm going to watch them while I'm eating. Well, that was a really cool place to visit. I was glad I went that day. It's kind of funny because at the time I wasn't even sure I was wanting to go do this and wanting to do that. Sometimes just staying at home, being comfortable and warm calls you, but at the same time, the road calls me too. And so I was glad to have gotten to do that one, and I think that my friend Nicole, she could probably take her kids and have a good time there too. I am looking forward to maybe going back after they open. I mean, the Nature Center was open during the week throughout the winter, but it's not open on weekends, and that's when I happen to be there. So there's definitely some place I'd like to go back and check out again. All right. I do want to remind you to check out my website, grandmashomestead.farm. I'm not up on my blog posts recently, but I've got old blog posts that you can read, and I've got a mess of recipes, and I'm still working on it, still learning how to do stuff, but I would still appreciate if you check it out. What's cool about it is on the blog posts that I do, I actually put links to everything I've done pretty much, all my videos, or certainly the long form of them anyway. And so I've been put that on there of all my channels, so you can check things out along with the blog itself where I do the writing and tell you a little bit behind the scenes on what's going on or what's happening in life and stuff too. Okay guys, that's all I got for you this time. God bless. I'll see you next time, and live until you die.